Welcome to Black Book TV, where we spotlight Houston's best Black-owned businesses.
I just want to see Black businesses do well. That's it.
Yeah.
Because you're basically telling them, like, I'm necessary.
You are.
One thing about God, He will give you the vision.
What's up, Black Bookers, and welcome to another episode of Black Book TV, where we highlight the most phenomenal entrepreneurs, business owners, community leaders, and just people of impact. Today, I have a very special guest with us, Dr. KoKo. Dr. KoKo is the founder and owner of Brightway. Brightway is a day activity and health services facility that specializes in mental health, and it provides essential care for adults with disabilities in the Houston community. They also offer housing solutions through licensed assisted living and supervised living facilities. Dr. KoKo, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
How you doing today?
I'm doing really good. How
Cool.
are you?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I want to first say thank you. I know that you're a very important person and you do a million things, specifically like with Brightway, right? So
Yes.
Brightway is always busy. It's always going. So to have you here on the show, I just want to say thank you.
You're welcome.
Yes. So can you tell us a little bit more about Brightway? How did you get started and, what inspires you?
Well, Brightway, like you said, is a licensed day activity health service facility.
Mhm.
And we also offer assisted living and supervised living facilities in Harris County, Northwest Houston. We got started back in 2013 for the day program. But prior to that, I had already opened one home in 2010.
Okay.
But that I was just still in and out doing real estate. But my main thing was when I came back in 2013 to open the day program, that was when I kind of put real estate on the back burner and just stuck with the day program and assisting adults with disabilities.
Got you. So, got you. My bad.
Mhm.
So, on your real estate journey,
Mhm.
right? I know some people get into short-term rentals, some people get into long-term rentals. Like, what made you decide to say, "Hey, look, listen, this is like my passion or my purpose to specifically focus on the population that you focus on"?
Well, this is actually my calling. And it just wasn't a desire that was already in me.
Mm.
From 1996, when I was in fifth grade, my dad opened our first assisted living facility. It's still open today. That's our mother property.
Wow.
And so that was licensed by the state of Texas. And during like spring break, summer, anytime we were like off for anything, holidays,
Mm.
we would be over there and we would be helping the elderly people, the people with disabilities, and it could be anything, washing dishes, helping them organize their rooms, playing games with them, teaching them new games, just because they, at that time, there was no day program at the time. So they were just in the house. And
Yeah.
so we were there being the cleaners and being whatever we were going to be for them during the time we were there. So it was just something that kind of stuck. And, they'd say like when you're a kid, whatever is instilled in you when you're a kid, you grow up and end up doing that thing. So
Yeah.
that is what it is for me and my siblings.
I like that.
Mhm.
Okay.
Thank you.
Went back to the word. Train a child in the way they should go. Yeah, when
This
they
is
older, they
true.
don't depart from it.
This
I
is
like
true,
that.
and I'm a
I
living
like that.
example of that.
Shout out to Dad for doing an excellent job.
Yes,
Yeah.
Mr. Tony.
Okay,
Hi.
Mr. Tony. All right. Mental health and disability services are, very critical, but
Yeah.
oftentimes they are overlooked. So how does Brightway, one, help people address those needs? And what are some of the biggest challenges that your clients face?
Okay, well, I would say the biggest challenges that they face is the lack of understanding within the community
Mm,
of their needs and disabilities. There's such a huge stigma on, especially on mental health, still to this day. And so people, they're either afraid or just lack understanding or knowledge about it and don't know that just with treatment and medication management, you wouldn't even know that someone had a disability at all.
yeah.
So just if we could conquer that stigma and get people more knowledgeable about what's going on, that can, open up more understanding, more patience for different issues, and that helps our clients from things like constant jail diversion. Most of them, they're in and out of the jails or in and out of the streets because people are not understanding.
Yeah.
So instead of understanding that they're, in crisis, they're just thinking they're committing a crime, just lock them up. And that's how you keep getting the back and forth. But if there's more knowledge, more understanding, then you'll know that that person actually needs hospitalization versus incarceration.
Right.
And so that could definitely help our clients. And that's the kind of things that we do. We offer them medication management to make sure that they are always stable on their medications, and they don't decompensate and end up back in the jails, back in the hospital. And that also helps the community as well, because that's our taxpayer dollars that's paying for that. So we don't want to have to keep our taxes going up because we're spending all this money because everybody's in jail.
Right.
If people don't have to go to jail so often, because we're now, paying attention and working harder to make sure that they're staying out of the jails, making sure that they are seeing doctors, they are getting the proper treatment that they need, keeping our communities safe. You don't have the people walking up and down the streets, breaking into cars, having angry crisis situations where everybody's scared of them because they can't calm down. There's so many things that happen that are preventable, but if everyone as a whole had more knowledge and understanding, then it could start, kind of eliminating that barrier that's there.
Yeah. And that's super important. Like, putting a spotlight on that and, basically putting the lights on, like, hey, they're like there's services out there for these people,
Correct.
These individuals who may have been, justice impacted, formerly incarcerated, like you said, who aren't ready to really transition into society on their own. So to have these different resources for them, I just want to take my hat off and say, congratulations, keep up the good work. Like,
Thank you.
More people need to know about people like yourself who's out here doing that work. So more people need to know about Brightway, right? So again, thank you for being here. What you're doing,
recognizing us.
Yeah, like what you're doing is phenomenal. And speaking about recognition, I know May 28th, 2021, you received a very high honor, and it was officially declared Brightway Day here in Houston. What did that recognition mean for you and your team?
It meant a lot. It meant that people are watching and they are recognizing, the things that we are doing. And we usually don't, and actually don't, like, I'm not one of those people that look for it to tell everybody what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
So it's only when people come and ask or they run into us or see us that they find out. But I'm not one of those like loud people that run around.
Yeah, I know. Like you're really a hidden gem in Houston. Yes.
Yeah, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the thing. We don't get recognized. We don't get highlighted like that normally. So whenever we do like something like that happen, it was just like, wow, like for real, like, it was just like a surreal thing. Like I couldn't even believe that they, paid attention and knew about us. But, we do have a lot of community partners. And so it made sense after, realizing who it was that made the recommendation or whatever, however they got it done. We do work a lot with like the local mental health authority of Harris County and the felony probation court, adult protective services.
Speaking of them, not to cut you off, because they recognize you as well, right?
Right.
As the best day center.
Yeah,
in the county.
Yeah. And when I say it to people, and I tell people whenever they call us and are inquiring, I let them know that I'm not the one that says this. This is what was told to us.
Yeah.
And so, yes, they tell us that we are the best as far as housing options and the day program. We are the best, and we intend to keep it that way because there's always room for improvement. So we're always looking to improve and make things better for our clients because they're our family.
Oh yeah, for sure. So what's the the secret recipe? Because obviously you're doing something great, right? So to be recognized by not only the city of Houston but also Harris County, how how do you reach that level of excellence? What separates Brightway from other day facilities?
Well, I would say that the easiest recipe that everybody's mama teaches them from 2 years old, treat people how you want to be treated. So for me, I don't offer anything that I wouldn't do for myself.
Mm,
So you're not going to live in a house that I wouldn't live in right now.
yeah.
Like if I had to, I would live in the houses that I offer my people.
Oh wow.
So we build houses for them. We offer them brand new, first time built houses
Wow.
that they can live in gated communities also. So if I'm not going to let my mama stay there or my brother, or if I had a loved one that needed help, if they're not able to stay there, then my clients aren't able to stay there. And
Yeah.
that's just the way I do things. I feel like you have to plant seeds, good seeds, to reap a good harvest. And I also understand that the evolution of life, just like as a baby you're taken care of, then you are the one taking care of the baby. And then there's going to get to a time where people are going to have to take care of you again. So if anything were to happen to me, I'm confident that I'm going to be taken care of because I know what I did when I was able to do it. I take care of people now. So if it's my turn, if I ever get to that point, I will be taken care of. I'm not even worried about it. So because again, you treat people how you want to be treated.
I like that. I like that a lot. I know navigating this space, especially like for families who have a family member who, is transitioning out of, incarceration and, kind of coming into your facility, it may be overwhelming for them. So like, what advice would you give to a family member or a loved one of a person who is in your facility? Like, what advice would you give them on, just kind of helping them navigate through this season that's going on in their life?
Right. Well, we just let them know that we're here. Like I said, we're like a one big family. So that also extends to our clients' families as well. The door is always open. We are welcome to they're able to come in. They don't have to even call. They could just show up. They can show up just like they're living in their own house. So even though it's a different dynamic, it's a group setting, you still should feel like you're going to see your son at his house. So just like you would on a regular day, you just feel free to come. And if you want to take him out, if y'all want to do Thanksgiving together or spend the holidays together, all of those things are still possible. All of those things can still happen. So just to kind of, even though this maybe it could be court ordered, or it could just be that the family just can't do it. Right? So they want them to be somewhere else in our type of setting where we do have the staff that can make sure that the medications are always managed. People go to work. People have other kids. So you can't always invest 100% of your time making sure that that family member has taken their meds morning, noon, and night, or whatever time that they're required to take those meds. So the best thing is to bring them into a place like ours. But it's just, it feels the same. We try to make it feel as normal as possible. So it would feel like you were going to visit him at his apartment and he has a roommate or something. So we try to make it as comfortable as possible for everybody, keep that family setting, a family feeling involved, and then that's what kind of helps the transition be a little bit better.
I like that.
Thank you.
Yeah. So you've been in the in this industry for a long time now, over the course of, some years. What improvements would you like to see in terms of like the mental health space in Houston as a whole? And then also, where do you see Brightway, within the next 5 years?
Well, I think what could improve it if we had more support. More, and I'm not going to say we don't have support. Like I said, we do have a lot of support from the local mental health authority, but it's, and the courts and the probation and all that kind of stuff, but it's still limited. So if we had more community support, more people in the community thinking about us when you're doing those community service projects and things like that, because our people need stuff. Just like you said, they come out of jail. How do you make the transition easy? It's not everybody who has family waiting on them when they get out of jail. A lot of our people, like I said, they're under guardianship, so they don't even have family, or who knows what happens. They could be incapacitated, so they've lost track of family. They've been in and out of homelessness, so much trauma, PTSD. So they've lost a lot along the way. So if we had more community support to see what they need, and it doesn't have to be monetary, they could use anything: clothes, bicycles, books, because a lot of them like to go back to school. Just anything you can think of, we could use it. Even if it's just like, oh, I'm done with this stuff, I want to do a garage sale. Some of that stuff from your garage sale we could use, because things as little as just like decorative pieces like this, or plants, it could help them. Posters to decorate their rooms up a little bit better, because a lot of this stuff, we don't get funding for this. Everything we do is out of pocket. Wow. Right? But what they're what gets paid for is the housing, and of course cost of living is high, but we provide meals, we provide transportation resources, we make sure that they're getting to and from their doctor's appointments, to and from court, probation, attorneys, whatever they have to do. So the room and board doesn't cover everything. So, but we try to, again, make it feel as comfortable as possible. If we have more community support with some of those things that you can't even think of, like normally you wouldn't think of that thing is a thing, like jackets. When wintertime comes, we got to start thinking of those that don't even have a jacket. Right. So just things like that are underwear. Those things are just so important. We even have, like, it's been times where we had a Pastor Tim Dixon would come and do praise and worship with them on Wednesdays. Dedicating some of your time to helping their spiritual growth, that's even something that could, help a lot, and it does help a lot. So just more community involvement and community assistance, I think would go far and a long way.
That's awesome. That's amazing. And for the second part of that question, where do you see Brightway in the next 5 years?
Well, Brightway has a lot of plans, and we are going to be in our new facility within the next 5 years. And we'll be able to, do more outreach for the community. We'll be able to accept more clients and assist more people. We will be doing what else will we be doing? We'll be doing a lot of stuff. We'll be doing workforce trainings and job opportunity trainings, and we'll be offering stuff for families, women and men that are wanting to create families and build their family. There's so many.
You got so much stuff.
Yeah, we'll be doing a lot of stuff. A lot of social services that we'll be offering, more social services, drug and STD testing.
So you're just taking that holistic approach to this.
We want to be a full wraparound service for our clients, offering additional housing styles. Like right now, we do the single family residential style, but we're looking at the single resident occupancies now for those that don't need as much supervision, that need minimal supervision. So there are a lot of different things that we have coming up in 5 years. So when you check back in, I don't know. It might have to be my assistant talking to you. I might not. No, I'm just kidding. I'll have time, but we'll have a lot of new things to come for the community. So I'm excited about it.
I love it. So where can the people find you to, support you, get in contact, that kind of thing?
Well, I'm at Brightway.
Oh, okay.
That's where I office. I office at the day center. That's why all my clients know me. They all have my cell phone number. I'm very personable with them. Again, we're a family. They're not a number to me. So everybody has my number, and somehow they have it by heart. Somehow they all know my number by heart. But that's okay. So I'm always at the day center. We will start expanding more to social media. Right now, I only have a personal page on social media, but we'll get a Brightway page going on soon too. That'll be part of the next. That'll be within the next year. So we'll have our page up and running, and actually someone actually managing it. So that'll be good too. So yeah, they can find me at Brightway Day Center.
Cool. At the Brightway Day Center.
On 1960, 5020 1960, Suite A1, Houston, Texas 77069.
Awesome. Well, thanks again, Dr. KoKo. It was a pleasure having you on Black Book TV.
You're welcome.
Make sure that y'all like, share, comment, and subscribe. And follow us at Black Book Houston on all social media platforms. Check us out at www.blackbookhouston.com. It's been real. And until next time on Black Book TV, peace.